there have been progressive development in the area of research. For instance, I know that we don't have a dedicated institute for maritime research. We have for marine research. They're a bit different. The two of them are a bit, I will come to that later. For maritime research, it has been really domiciled in the universities, because the university's primary function includes research, teaching and research, but primarily teaching. And that's where the difference is between an institute, a dedicated institute, and a university. A dedicated institute is 100% or 95% or 7% research, whereas the university may be 75% teaching and 25% research. So to that extent, we have tried. The country has tried, the government has tried, in the sense that there has been a progressive development in research in the universities, the framework for research in the universities, like the creation of the university. I know we started with departments of geography, specializing in transport geography. Then gradually we move up to Center for Transport Studies. Then we moved up to Department of Transport Studies. Now we have Department of Maritime Studies. What am I saying? Initially we had universities that are not specialized, until we started having specialized universities like University of Technology. University of Technology. And I think we have about 3 of such specialized universities. University of Technology, Owerri, Mina, Akure. They all have some faculties of transport studies, and they have departments of maritime studies. So we have progressed. And we've progressed to a point now that we have a university for maritime study. Maritime University of Kerenkoko, for instance. That's scaling up research in the area of maritime studies. And again, we have University of Transportation in Daura, isn't it? In Katsina State. They're all about research. And we can see we move progressively. But what we don't have now is an institute dedicated for maritime research, just like you have for marine research. A major problem in this country is data collection, storage, and retrieval. If you don't have a bank where this information are, how can you access them? Well, if you're going through universities to find out who has done what, but if there is a data bank on researches that have been done, you just click, go to the particular project you want to, look at its findings, and it will be useful to you. And that is why I also want to recommend, part of my recommendation at the end of the day, is that we must improve on data collection, storage, and retrieval. As a matter of fact, that's a problem across the country. And I think the Secretary to Government once mentioned it. Various persons have mentioned that the problem is data management. And even some of our students, we have to rely on data from foreign countries to do research in Nigeria. So I know in the sense that there's a problem with data collection, storage, and retrieval. So if research, you can do all the research in the world. Are we really interested? Is the government really interested? Because the way it is now, some of the research might even indict government. And so they might not want to listen to that kind of research. But they know that we speak truth to power at any point in time. All they do is to hang the report or the research results or findings. Hang it somewhere. Don't leave these people there, With no resources, the little you can do is good enough. It might not be good enough, but it's good enough given the resources you have. Underperforming, yes, because of the same reasons. Infrastructural deficit, poor funding. Put a price on a research, for instance, and find out how people react to it. 100 million for what research? What research are you doing? Want to buy a new car? Please, how can you do 100 million for research? But they don't understand. Even if they understand, they may have other reasons not to approve. But I think So far, so good. Seriously speaking now, I think everybody's trying, government is trying. Like I said, more universities have been established, particular university dedicated to study of transportation, which means research, and agencies like NIMASA that are trying. These are individual efforts, There's TED Fund. TED Fund funds researches, funds projects, even books, journals, publishing your book, and TED Fund provides funds for it. If I'm not wrong, So I think efforts are made, but somehow, I don't know why. The very important thing to do, will I say most important thing to do is the establishment of Maritime Research Institute. We have Kuku Research Institute. You have a PAM NIFO Research Institute. You have the Research Institute. All it does is research. Not the university does teaching, supervision of students, and research. But the institute, their business is, and the problem there is that government may not be able to avail itself of the research findings in the universities because there's no way of putting them to do data on, unified data on what is happening in the university. Although some people are trying to start that now. But the research institute works for government. When government has an issue, it sends it to that institute. And whatever the institute suggests, recommends, government may want to look at it. Unlike what we are doing in the university, it is all individualistic. Because if, for instance, government has a problem with oceanography, for instance, it sends the proposal to National Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research. And whatever outcomes will send to the federal government, as well they can. So I'm thinking very strongly that the way to go is to establish Maritime Research Institute. I think that's the major thing. And of course, maritime research, I think we said, maritime research also is a function of the maritime activities, And the Gulf of Guinea, where we are, is one of the most insecure maritime areas in the world, and that's not good for us. I think there's need to do more in terms of maritime security and trying to cover, also maritime safety. You see, we discovered so many things, in maritime safety, I also discovered there's no safety manual. There's no boating safety manual. Though I'm trying to develop one now. There's none. These things were put in place. And navigational aids are not there. You go to Marina, Papa area, you don't see any buoys. You don't see any markers. ADVs are all over the place. Some are below the water. You don't see that. I think one of the accidents said the boat ran into an ADV. There must be efforts in gathering data. Very important. I don't want to mention names now. We know of incidents our students had to look for data. To get data for research, we had to go to IMB on Nigeria. Now tell me, that data you're getting from IMB, how correct is it? There are so many things wrong that we need to put right. Research is very important, and Nigerians should begin to appreciate research because there's nothing you do without research. And research gives you a good solution to a problem. That's what is happening with COVID-19 now. Anyway, the point that we need to do plenty of research and fund research in the area of maritime studies so that a maritime environment can be well studied and, of course, generate a lot of revenue. It's a revenue spinner. The maritime environment is a revenue spinner, but we've not tapped 1/10 of it. But with research, a lot can be done. The Center for Logistics and Transport Studies here in Uniport, I think was approved, started in 2014. And being a university, it's not solely research, it's teaching and research. So our research is based on our products. And the center, it's a progress center. We produce PGDs, postgraduate diplomas, MScs, and PhDs. And so far, I think we've given a good account of ourselves in this country. Within the 4 or 5, less than 10 years of establishment, we're a force to reckon with in this country. I give two typical examples. So one good example. The DJ of the Master, for instance, graduated from our center, had his PhD from this center. The current president of Nigerian Institute of Shipping also graduated from this. They were my students. And so many others that I wouldn't need to spend time naming them. We've produced people of timber and caliber across the transport sector in this country. So I think we've done so well in our given area, that is human capacity development. That is what we're supposed to be doing. And so our researches are products of of the center, our products, and their research outputs, which is available for everybody to see and read. Our students are embodiment of their findings, and they apply back what they learned from their research in their place of work.
Keep watching.
Keep
watching.
Watching.
Keep watching.
Watching.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.
Maritime TV.